Good morning, students. How are you all? I wish you all are fit and fine. Students, today in our class, we will discuss about structured query language. So, it is a database language which is used to create, maintain the database. So, we need to write the application programs to access data in case of file system, means in case of flat file database. Okay, however, for database management system there is a special kind of programming language which is called structured query language, which is used to access data from the database. Structured query language, or simply SQL, is the most popular query language which is used by the major relational database management systems such as MySQL, Oracle, SQL Server. All these are relational database management system, and all these RDBMS use this structured query language. So this language is designed for retrieval and the management of the data in a relational database. The SQL is very easy to learn as the statements contains English words, and that words are also not case sensitive. It means the language does not differentiate between the uppercase letters and the lowercase letters. We can create and interact with the database using SQL in an efficient and easy way. The benefit with the SQL is that we don't need to specify how to get data from the database. We just specify what is to be retrieved, and the rest is done by the SQL itself. Although it is called a query language, but SQL can do much more besides querying. So SQL provides the statements for defining the structure of the data, manipulating the data in the database, declaring constraints, or we can say restrictions, and retrieve data from the database in various ways depending upon our requirements. Now we will discuss about applications of SQL. SQL is the most widely used query language over the databases. So it allows its user to access data in a relational database management systems. It allows the user to describe the data and to define the data in the database and manipulate that data. It also allows to embed within other languages using SQL modules. What are modules? Modules are the collection of the inbuilt classes, libraries, and precompilers. It allows the user to create and drop databases and tables. Dropping means deleting the database and tables. It allows the users to create, view, stored procedure function in a database. Stored procedure are kind of functions, and functions are the collection of the related instructions. Collection of related instructions is known as functions. SQL also allows user to set permissions on the tables and procedures and views. Now we will see advantages of SQL. So first advantage is faster query processing. It means the large amount of data is retrieved quickly and efficiently. Operations like insertion, deletion, manipulation of the data is also done in almost no time. Means the query processing is very fast. Second is no coding skills. It means for the data retrieval, large number of lines code is not required. What is required? Just the basic knowledge of the commands. For example, select, insert, insert into, update. These commands are used, and also the syntactical rules are not complex in SQL. So because of this, it is very user friendly language. Third is standardized language. So due to the documentation and long establishment over the years, it provides a uniform platform worldwide to all its users. Portable, it means it can be used on any kind of platform. Platform means our operating system. It can be used in programs in PCs, servers, laptops, and on any platform. Also, it can be embedded with other applications as per the need or the requirement. Next we have interactive language. So it is easy to learn and understand. Answers to complex queries can be retrieved or received in seconds. And multiple data views means data in a database can be viewed by different users in different views. Next we have classification of the data. So this SQL can be divided into 4 categories on the basis of the work done by the commands. So first category is DDL, data definition language. Second is DML, data manipulation language. Third one is DCL, data control language. And the last one is TCL, transaction control language. So first of all, we will discuss about DDL. So DDL stands for data definition language. So it consists of SQL commands that can be used to define the database schema. Database schema is the structure of the database. So it deals with the descriptions of the database schema. These commands are used for creating, modifying, and dropping the structure of the database objects. What are database objects? Means our, for example, tables. Tables are the database objects. So DDL commands are used to create the structure of the tables. How many columns are required in the table? What will be the column names? What will be the data types for the columns? So all these are set by the DDL commands. The database automatically commits the current transaction before and after every DDL command. Some DDL commands are like create, alter, drop, and use. So create command is used to create the database or its create command is used to create the database and its objects. Objects mean simplest object is table. Other objects can be function, views, stored procedures. So create command is used to create database or tables. Alter command. Alter command is used to modify the existing database object. Suppose we have created a table with 3 columns and we want to delete one column, or we want to add one more columns, so we will use alter command. So it can add, delete, drop or modify the columns in the existing table. It can also be used to add or drop various constraints on the existing table. Means alter command is used to modify the structure of the table. Drop command is used to delete the various existing database objects. We can delete the entire database, an entire table, a view of the table, or the other objects in the database. Once the table is dropped, we cannot get that back. Next we have the DML commands. DML stands for data manipulation languages, which deals with the data within the table, or we can say within the database. These commands are used for retrieving, inserting, sorting, modifying and deleting the data stored in the database. DDL commands are used to just create the structure of the database or the database objects. DML commands are used to insert, modify, delete the data within the database. Some DML commands are select, insert, update and delete. So insert command is used to insert new records or new rows in a table. Next we have select command. Select command is used to retrieve or fetch the data from the tables in a database. We can retrieve either the entire table or some records based on our specified conditions. It is also possible to retrieve one column or multiple columns from the table. The data returned by the select command is stored in a result table, and this table is also called result set. Next we have delete command. So delete command is used to delete the existing records from a table. We can delete a single record or multiple records based on the condition specified in the where clause. We will read about the where clause and the other clause, and we will also execute all these DML and DDL commands when we will do the practical of the same. Okay. Next we have update. So this command is used to update or modify the existing data of the table in the database. It changes the values of the records. Using update command, we can update a single column as well as multiple columns simultaneously. Now can you tell me what is the difference between modify and the update command? What is the difference between the alter and the update? Alter command is used to change the structure of the table, and the update command is used to change the data within the table. Okay. Next we have TCL commands. TCL stands for Transaction Control Language. So these deals with the transaction within the database. What is transaction? A transaction is a unit of work that is performed against a database. Transaction results in a change in the state of data. Transaction control language commands are used for managing changes affecting the data, and these commands are commit, rollback, and save point. Commit command. This command is a TCL command used to save changes invoked by a transaction to the database. It means whatever changes has been made by the transaction, that changes are saved with this commit command. The commit command saves all the transactions or the changes to the database since the last commit or the rollback command. After the execution of the commit command, the changes cannot be undone. Next command is rollback. Rollback command is a TCL command which is used to undo transaction or changes that has not already been saved to the database. So it means the rollback command can be used before the commit command to undo the changes made by any command. This command can only be used to undo transaction since the last commit or the rollback command was used. And the next we have the save point. Save point is a name given to a point in a transaction. It serves as a checkpoint or a marker within a transaction. A save point is a way of implementing sub-transactions within relational database management system by indicating a point within a transaction up to which all the changes to the database can be undone without affecting any work done in the transaction prior to the creation of the save point. Students, read the notes as well as the chapters from your book and solve the assignment. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Thank you.